All right, thanks for tuning in once again to Thoroughbred Horse Racing Talk on the PlaybookSports.com Horse Report with Jon Hardoon from the Sheets. John, how's it going?
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Yes, good morning. We are back to doing a morning show, and that is because you are heading off to Aqueduct this afternoon.
Yes, I am. I actually have a horse running that I own in the seventh race. The sixth horse. No, in the sixth race, the seventh.
Yeah, you better get that right.
I'm looking at tomorrow's program. The sixth race, the 7-horse Champagne Poet.
5-1?
Joel Rosario is not riding. He got hurt yesterday, so we're putting on Irod Ortiz.
Oh, poor switch. That's Adam. That's just tough. I don't know when that happens. So that means Rosario won't be on the mounts on Saturday either.
He's off for the next few weeks, and it's a shame because he's chasing the record. The stakes record, he was a few behind. I don't know exactly the number, but it's certainly going to set him back and probably diminishes his chances of breaking the record.
Yep. And I actually targeted one of the horses in this third race, and he was a part of the reason, but we'll get into that because we're going to have two races that we're going to handicap at Aqueduct for Saturday, and that is going to be race 3, which is just, a simple optional claiming race. 6 furlong on turf, nothing major. But the Cigar Mile is going to be the big one that we're going to handicap second. And obviously that's as big as it gets at this time of year, right?
Yeah, but actually the card at Aqueduct for tomorrow is pretty good. I think they have 3 or 4 graded stake races. They have the Go for One, they have the Remsen, they have the Demoiselle. So they're going to have 4 stake races in a row. The last 4 races tomorrow are all stake races.
Okay, so, what is that, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? I think
Correct.
That's what it is, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get started now with Aqueduct race number 3, and this is, again, a 6 furlong turf race, 3-year-olds and up. And post time should be about 12:49 p.m. Eastern, and the one is Guildsman, a 6-1 shot. Only 3 wins in 20 lifetime, 1 win at 6 furlong, has not won in the last 9 starts, and only 1 win in the money during that period over the last 9, and that was a 3rd-place finish. So this horse has not really been going too well. When you take a look at the sheets, you have a couple of 12s, and that's about it, and 11, 6 races ago. Not at 6-1. Maybe this horse is 6-1 because Irad Ortiz is on board?
Could be, but Rosario rode him last time. I actually give this horse a chance to run at 12. The 15 last time out was at 7 furlongs. Much better off going shorter. Tomorrow's distance is 6 furlongs. I think this horse is going to run at 12, and breaking from the inside, well, that gives him another point. So I think he has a chance to get in the exact. I don't know if he's good enough to win.
Okay, next up. Now, the 2 is not going to race because the weather's going to be nice.
Right, he's entered for main track only, so he will be scratching.
Now, the 3 was the horse I was talking about. This was a horse that I like, and one of the reasons was Rosario. It doesn't mean I'm going to jump off the horse. Town of Gold. Who's riding the horse? Do we know?
We have no idea at this point.
Okay, so Town of Gold. I just like the fact that if you look at it, he's raced at Aqueduct a couple times, finished twice, raced at 6 furlongs, finished twice. But also, I just like the fact that it appears that he was kind of coming into his own with his 4th race of the season. And I think that's important when you take a look at how he raced last year. It took him a while to kind of get going. We're talking about a 10-1 horse, nothing special, but a horse that I just think was worth mentioning. That's all.
Well, I mean, he goes back on Lasix tomorrow, which is a plus. The 12 he ran 2 starts back was on Lasix. The problem is that race was 5.5 furlongs, and it was at Laurel. So if you cover the 12, what does he really have? Where if you look at the 1 horse, he at least has a couple of 12s. Yes. So that's why I ended up on the 1 over the 3. Listen, they had good intentions. They wanted Rosario to ride, and that's certainly a plus.
Yeah. But that's down the drain. 20-1 shot. Where You Was is the number 4 horse, has 5 wins out of 35 lifetime, 21 in the money. Never finished second ever in 15 turf races. Has won 2 of the last 3. When you look at his sheet lines, the last 3 races on synthetic, 10, 12, and 11.
Yeah, but all those races were out of town at cheaper tracks. I mean, he's heavily raced. He's a 6-year-old that has 35 lifetimes, or 50 actually lifetime starts. And I don't particularly like him here.
All right, now the 5 is a 4-1 shot. Scuttlebuzz Castellano on board has 3 wins in 3 attempts at Aqueduct, so you got to like that. 7 for 7 at this distance with 5 wins, so you have to like that. When we take a look at the sheets, the last 3 races, 11, 11, 12. Even more important when you take a look at the sheets, because we're going to get rid of the dirt race, which was 4 races ago. So if you go back 6 races, you go 17, 2 13s, 12, and 2 11s. So this horse is heading in the right direction.
Correct. The only problem I have with him is usually he has a lot more time between races than he's going to have tomorrow. This race is coming back.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, 14 days actually, to be exact, or 15 days, where all his other races are well spaced. They're all with at least 5 weeks between starts. And the fact that he's coming back on a short layoff now at a short price, I would try to beat him. I may include him in my exactas, but I don't think 4-1 is a good price. You probably want a longer price than that.
Yeah, because even just looking at there's horses,
Yep.
I haven't seen this horse ever within less than a month. So
exactly.
Okay, the 6 is Bally Dooley, a 10-1 shot. 2 wins in 3 attempts at 6 furlongs, 3 wins in the last 5 overall. It does have a 10 a couple of starts ago.
This is going to be my top selection. I like the 10-1. I like the fact that he ran a 10-2 starts back when getting Lasix for the first time. The 13 that he ran last time out was at 7 furlongs. He doesn't want to go that far. Cuts back to 6 furlongs today where he ran the 10. At 10-1, I'm willing to gamble that he runs that 10 today. And if he runs that 10, he's certainly going to be 1-2. Fair price. And I like this horse at 10-1.
Yeah, good bargain, no question. The 6, Bally Dooley. Next up is the 7, Competitive Saint, a 5-1 shot, who seems to be going in the wrong direction. A couple of 11s, 3-4 starts ago, then a 12, and then a 14.
I agree with you, Reed, here. And at 5-1, he's really no edge. I mean, not only that, but he's been running 5.5 furlongs in all those races. Excuse me. Listen, he has a shot, but at 5-1, I think he's an underlay.
Now, the 8 is the favorite of the race, I believe, Artemis City Limits, and you can see why. 4 for 4 at 6 furlongs with 2 wins, 11 of 12 lifetime with 4 wins. You got the Maker Saez combo. This is a first of 2 straight Maker horses we're going to talk about. Has a 10 and 2 11s in his last 5 races. But we have seen other horses with 10s and 11s, and this is one of the favorites. So, again, should be the favorite, but beatable.
Yeah, I respect this horse. Listen, I like the line. I like the 11-2 starts back to the 10 minus last time out. He's got some time. He certainly can repeat the 10. The only problem I have with him is the price. He's 3-1. The reason I went to the 6 is because the 6 is 10-1, and he has a shot to run the same 10. So it's all about price.
Yeah, and if you take same thing with Cucina, the 4-1 shot. This horse, runner-up last 2 starts. The sheets are really looking good. 13, 12, 10 in the last 3 starts. Just 3 wins, though, in 17 lifetime, and no wins in 2 starts at 6 furlongs. So that's a lot. So everything outside the sheets makes me question the 4-1. The sheets is what really makes this horse appealing.
Well, the problem I have with this horse is that his last 3 races were all run in California. California turf is completely different than East Coast turf because it never rains there. The turf course is as hard as a rock. So a lot of times horses that ship from west to east on the turf don't run well. If you look back last year, he ran at Belmont. He ran a 16. At Gulfstream, he ran a 14. This year, all of a sudden, he got better. But he's allowed to get better because he's a 4-year-old. But did he get better because of the turf course? Or did he get better because he's 4? So at 4-1, I don't want to find out. I'm willing to toss this horse at a short price.
Yeah, that's the thing. 4-1. That's the other Maker horse. How about? And you mentioned the turf situation. How about if I said, well, if you take a look at it though, This horse has only won one race in 8 turf starts. So maybe just what this horse needs is a different surface, a different turf surface.
Yeah, he does. He needs dirt because his dirt races last year were much better than
Yeah,
his
three
turf races.
tens.
He
Yeah.
has 3 10s,
Yeah.
and now he's better on the turf. And even this year, he has a 12 and 13 first 2 starts at Delaware. You know, this horse, I would have run him on the dirt if they asked me, but nobody asked me.
And this will be my top horse, the 10. We both like 10-1 shots, fast getaway. Even though the horse only has 4 wins in 19 lifetime and no wins this year out of 4 starts, 8 out of 10 of the money at this distance with 3 wins, 3 for 3 at Aqueduct with 1 win. And just taking a look at the sheets over the last 7, nothing worse than 12. We're going between 10 and 12 in the last 7 because we're going to take out that, that X race there. That there were some problems.
He lost the rider at that.
Yeah. So 10-1, I love the horse.
Well, the problem I have with this horse is that he gets a big-time negative trainer change. He was trained by Maker last time out, and before that, he was trained by Linda Rice. Now he's trained by Oscar Barrera III. You know, off of numbers, obviously the horse has a chance. The good news is that he claimed him back in August, and he freshened him up, and he didn't bring him back he did bring him back for $80,000, but he only spent $32,000. So that's a positive sign. Listen, I never knock a price horse. Not only that, he's getting weight from the rest of the field. He's in with 113 pounds. So that's important. That could be worth a point or two in its own right. Not the worst idea at a big price. And he's going to be a big price because of the barn switch.
Okay, sounds good. Bottom line, though, is the 10-1 shot that is on your board is going to be the 6th, Bally Dooley.
Correct. I like the 6, and I would use him over the 1, 5, and 8.
All right. Again, that's race 3 at Aqueduct. It should go off about 12:50, so before 1 o'clock on Saturday. All right, now let's talk about the big race at Aqueduct, the Cigar Mile Handicap. Grade 1 should go off about 4:13. This is race 10. $750,000 purse for 3-year-olds and up. And we'll start with a good one. 5-1 shot following C. This is a Pletcher Velasquez combo. 7 for 7 lifetime with 3 wins. You do notice, though, that in 3 grade 1 races, the horse finished 3rd all 3 times. With Velasquez on board, the horse finished 2nd, 3rd, and 3rd. So a couple of things that maybe work against it. But sheets-wise, that's what this is all about. 2 4s in the last 5 starts. This horse did not race as a 2-year-old. This is one of the horses that you like. You would put it into your exotics, right, at 5-1, John?
Yeah, I mean, only because of the 4s. Listen, he's obviously a better sprinter than going long because he has a 17 when he was asked to go long. He did have trouble that day, and the 12 off of that was 7 furlongs. But I like the way he went right back to that 4-2 starts back. Bounced last time out, which he figured to do. He has a shot to make a forward move. He's 5-1. And I'm negative on a lot of horses in this race. That's why I ended up using this horse somewhere in my exactas.
Okay, next up is the 12-1 shot Plainsman. What I like about Plainsman is the 12-1. Cox will have a new rider on board, though. Keep that in mind. This is the oldest horse and most experienced horse in the field at 6. 18 of 26 lifetime for 8 wins. You got to like 2 for 2 wins at Aqueduct. 5 for 6 at 1 mile with 2 wins is also nice. 7 for 8 this year with 4 wins. So even though the horse is getting older and more experienced, the horse is actually, results-wise, having one of his best years. Sheets-wise, it's actually pretty good, too. You got 4 8s in there and a 6. Not bad for a 12-1 shot.
No, he's certainly, a steady horse. He never really runs a bad race. The only thing is I don't see him running better than an 8, and an 8 may not be good enough.
Okay.
But you're getting 12-1, so yeah. I can see people making a case for him.
The 3 is one of the favorites, American Revolution. And this is, again, a 5-2 shot with Pletcher and Saez combo. 4 out of 6 lifetime wins. But the first time at 1 mile and the first time at Aqueduct, The only time this horse raced in a graded stakes race was the Pennsylvania Derby, ran third there. Really good Sheets line. You look at this year, 2 11s, a 9, an 8, and a 5. Now, the only thing, though, is, John, the 5, which was an all-time top, happened about a month ago since this race happened. So we're kind of on that border fence of whether or not we might see a bounce here. But we can understand why American Revolution is the favorite for sure.
Yeah, and the other problem is the 5 was run on a sloppy racetrack. So was it the slop that moved up the horse, or was he just getting better? He could be getting better, but where is he going off the 5? Is he going to repeat the 5 or make a forward? He's not making a forward move. He's more likely to back up. You know, he has a chance to repeat, but at a short price, I would play him to go backwards.
Okay, now the 4 is Code of Honor. And Code of Honor, unlike the horse Plainsman, as this horse gets a little older, the sheets are not getting better. A couple of 10s, matter of fact, last couple of starts. Only 1 win in the last 8. Was second last time out, by the way, to Independence Hall, which we're going to get to in just a minute. Last time out. This horse is 6-1.
Well, he has excuses for his last 2 10s. The last time it was run on a wet track. The race before that, he bounced off the 6 without Lasix. He does have a 3 last year at a mile. He's got 2 5s 2 years ago at distant races. I mean, he has a chance. He's 6-1. He's not going to run worse than a 10. He never does. You know, time for a forward move. I gave him an 8-7, 7-8, and, you know, he may be somewhat of a price.
Okay, now this is your top play, Independence Hall, 7-2 shot. And Independence Hall with Castellano on board has raced at Aqueduct twice, won both times, has raced at 1 mile twice, has won both times. And this year ran a 4 in the very first race of the season. Matter of fact, interestingly enough, ran a 4 also to start the 2020 season. So this horse has 3 4s over his career. Last 3 starts, 7-9-7. So you're expecting this horse to give a little bit better of a number, though, on Saturday, correct?
Well, he ran a 4 as a 2-year-old at Aqueduct at a mile. That's powerful.
Yeah.
He ran as a 3-year-old at Aqueduct, a mile, a 4. Guess where they're running tomorrow?
Yeah.
Aqueduct at a mile.
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
You know,
4-1 would be nice.
Yeah, if he runs a 4, he's going to win.
No, 4-1 would be nice, I was saying.
Oh, yeah, 4-1 would be a miracle, but no, you may get it because they have other horses to play. They have the American Revolution to play. They have other horses to bet. They have a horse coming out of the Breeders' Cup to play.
Yes.
I like Independence Hall. He loves this track. He really does, and he shows he does his best running here.
Okay, also, you mentioned the horse coming off the Breeders' Cup. That's the Dirt Mile runner-up. The next horse, Ginobili, also 7-2. And this horse, in the last 3 graded stakes races, has finished second, first, and second, winning the Grade 3 Pat O'Brien at Del Mar in August. This is a West Coast horse, so we haven't seen this horse on the East Coast, but the horse has run 2 6s in the last 3 starts.
Yeah, but the last one was in the Breeders' Cup, and I have a general rule. I don't like playing horses out of the Breeders' Cup without rest, and he's coming back, I think, on a month's layoff. You know he was squeezed for his best on Breeders' Cup Day. It was a $2 million race. He's got to react, and I'm playing against this horse. He's not going to be on any of my tickets. It's similar to the case we had a couple of weeks ago with the Baffert horse that ran in the Breeders' Cup, 8 Rings or whatever her name was, and she went 4-5, and she didn't run well at all.
That was the one we beat, the heavy favorite.
Right, exactly. That was the one we beat with Azul Cielo, and we're going to beat this horse also at a short price.
Okay, next up, this is a horse I definitely want to put into my exotics to try to make some money. Maybe I'll put it with the 5 Independence Hall Olympiad. Love the fact that the horse has only run 4 times with Mott. Now, no Rosario, so I don't know who's going to be on board, so that's key. But 4 for 4 lifetime with 2 wins, and taking a look at this sheet line, 16, 14, and then 2 7s in 2021. So maybe we could see a 6. Is it possible? And if we get a 6, we might get a win.
Yeah, absolutely. But this horse has a few things going against him. First of all, he's coming off of Lasix tomorrow for the first time, so that's always a concern. He's never been a mile So that's somewhat of a concern. And my biggest concern is Mott, who usually does really well, has 1 win in 33 starts, I believe, at the Aqueduct meet.
Yeah, what's
So
up with that? Yeah.
he's in a bit of a slump. He's got horses everywhere. He's got them in Oakland. He's got them at Gulfstream. So who knows, But at 10-1, I guess, there's nothing wrong with using him at 10-1, that's for sure. But he's got to buck a couple of trends.
And if you look at it too, the good thing is that 12 of Mott's results have been in the money, and if you're trying to make money,
bad luck. He's not finding the winner's circle, but it's not like they're running. It's not like he has 30 starts 0-0-0.
Yeah,
he's got 9 thirds. He's got horses in the money. So
yeah. So
if we can get it that way as well.
Yeah, if we can get this horse to finish second to Independence Hall, I'd be happy about that.
Yeah, why not?
8 is Pipeline. And this is going to be Brown and Ortiz. So you like that at 15-1. Just 1 win in 5 lifetime. Broke his maiden back in just the 4th race, which was 2 starts ago. Then shot 3rd last time out. What you were liking about the horse, if you throw the turf race out, 15, 10, 8. So it was heading right in the right direction and bounced a little bit to a 12. Is there a way that we can excuse the 12 and say that maybe Pipeline will get back to moving forward?
Well, you certainly could do that. The 12, by the way, was without Lasix, so he had a reason maybe not to run well, but he's off of Lasix again tomorrow. Listen, I gave the horse a possible 10-8, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough. But he certainly figures to make a forward move. He's lightly raced. It's Chad Brown. You're getting weight for the main competition in the field of Independence Hall and Code of Honor. He's a 3-year-old running against 4-year-olds. Listen, again, if you wanted to use him, I couldn't knock him. He certainly has a chance to finish in the money.
All right, the Cigar Mile. Jon Hardoon is going with Independence Hall at 7-2 right now at the morning line. What else do you like, John?
I would use the 1, 4, and 7 underneath to try to find some value. 5 over the 1, 4, and 7. You can reverse them small if there's room.
Now, next week is a lot of Gulfstream, right?
It's probably going to be Gulfstream, yeah.
And then in a couple
of... There's no Santa Anita yet because they're going to be at Los Sal. They do run at Oakland, but I don't think they'll have any stakes yet. So it's probably going to be Gulfstream or maybe Aqueduct. If Aqueduct has a stake or 2 left, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because
we'll be back, so it doesn't matter. We'll have something for them.
We will. And again, there's going to be all that racing going on at the end of the month at Santa Anita, which is going to be really cool. So we'll talk more about that next week. John, appreciate it. Good luck at the races today.
Thank you, Greg. Talk to you soon. Be well and stay safe, everybody. Thank you.